So now in this part of the tutorials, we're going to step by step create and modify files and develop and also learn how to work with Django and how to modify the files in order to create your own application. But first you need to know how to modify these and how all of these code files work together and are integrated together. So first of all, I'm going to get started with the views.py, which is inside of your here is classmates folder, but whatever that you start with the start app command, whatever folder that is created by the start app command is does contain views.py, and that is your that is the code that is related to your app, and it manages everything such as HTTP requests, and it's a kind of a management between urls.py and templates and also your database and models. So views.py is one of the most important ones, and so it's something that is it's a kind of a bridge between the front end and the back end. So inside of this views.py, we're going to import another module, which is HTTP. So here we can write from Django.http import, and let's see what we have. HTTP response. There we go. So here we're going to define a function for so first of all, we're going to create a hello world inside of our main page on when we run server python manage.py run server, we're going to see a hello world inside of our main page. So here I can write def index and parentheses. Inside of this parentheses, we can write request. So whenever a request for the main page, which we are going to define inside of the urls.py, we're going to return HTTP response, which we have imported right here. And inside of the parentheses, we can write hello world. Okay, so that's it. Also here inside of the your app folder, you need to have a urls.py. Notice that you have another urls.py inside of the your project folder, which is my class in here. So if you come over here, you will see that we have some codes right here. So we need to have something like this, and also let me just delete all the comments, and then I can copy all the codes from here, and right in here inside of this folder I should create a new file called urls.py. There we go, and paste all of them here. So we need to change some of them a little bit. So the path is the first page of our template of our the first URL. So the URL that we are looking for is the main address, which is right here because we're on our localhost. It's just the address of localhost, the local server. But if you're on your server and the address of the website is something.com, then it's the first page. There's no URL after that. So this is it. Also, I need to change here to, so here we had views.py, which from which we need the views.index. We need index function. We also need to import view. So import views, or we can say from views import index, from views import index. So let me fix this. Here we need an M. Or we can write import views simply. So it doesn't really matter. So import views. Okay, and also we need to name this index. So name equals, then we can write index. Or instead of all of this, I can write, because we want to use views.index, I can write from dot import views, which means from this directory we want to import the views file, which contains the index function inside of it, right over here, index. Okay, and so one more thing inside of the urls.py. And by the way, it should be created inside of the classmates folder, not migrations. So let me cut this over here on the classmates. There we go. So, okay, we've got it. Anyway, so we've got two urls.py, and also we don't need this admin over here because it belonged to this folder. Okay, and there we go. So that's it for this part of the urls.py. And also we got another URL, which is this one. So we need to bring the this URL right over here. So here I can say so here we have classmates, right? Classmates. So I can write classmates. And then we need to include the URLs that we've just created inside of this folder. URLs or classmates dot URLs, right? Okay, and also we need to import path. So we have path, we need to import include. Okay, there we go. So we have classmates.url. The name of this folder is classmates. So probably we need to add something else. Okay, that's all right. We just need to place it inside of the apostrophes. So there we go. So we've included these URLs and we've brought it here inside of our main urls.py. So notice that everything that you write in here should also be included inside of this urls.py. So you need to create these URLs for the first page and then bring it right over here for the classmates. Okay, so now we can write Python 3 manage.py run server. And by the way, if you have any problem, if you have any bugs, and then you run this command, you will face that error. So as you can see right over here, we are in Django tutorials, and so we need to cd to bin and then my class. And that is where your manage.py exists. So let me find it. Okay, right over here we have manage.py, which is inside my class. Okay, cd my project, cd bin, and then in here we have my class. If I open it up, we have manage.py. So we need to get into my class. And it's with capital letter. my class. Okay, there we go. And now Python manage.py run server. Okay, there we go. So we can open up this link over here. Page found with this address, but if we head over to classmates, right over here, you'll see the hello world. So this is the URL that we have defined inside of our urls.py, and this is going to show this hello world. So let's see what happened over here if I show you the urls.py. So let me, okay, if you take a look at here, you will see the classmates, right? So if we head over to here for the classmates, you will be able to see the address that has been, the URL that has been created inside of the classmates.urls. So inside of the classmates and inside of the urls.py, you'll be able to see that views.index has been addressed. So if we go to views.py, you will be able to see the hello world, which is going to be rendered out and shown on the browser. So here inside of the urls.py instead of the classmates, we've written nothing because it's the address that we have already defined in this urls.py, which is the main one. And then in here we have just addressed the views that we have created over here. So if you want to create a kind of a connection between the views.py and these URLs here, the simplest way is to create a urls.py instead of this folder, and then you can include this include everything that you have written inside of your views right over here, and then you will include the path of this URL inside of here, and you define the main URL related to that. So the classmates is the URL that you're looking for, and then you will include it over here, classmates.urls, and then it will, once you check the classmates URL, you will be redirected to the classmates URLs, which is created over here, and this will address the kind of rendering that you have written inside of your views.py. So as we go along, you'll better understand how this works. But generally, if I want to connect the dots, views.py will be connected to urls.py inside of the classmates folder, and then we are connected to the urls.py inside of the my class folder, which is the main urls.py. And notice that every address that we define is inside of this my class urls.py, which is the result of the command related to python3 manage.py start project. So this is related to that command, and this urls.py is the one that we didn't create. It was pre-created, so it was created at the beginning, and so we created this one in order to create a kind of a bridge between views and urls.py inside of this folder. Anyway, so that's it. Up to now, we've learned how these three files work together. In the next part, we're also going to work on the templates.